heard, we have a fun and full Friday show, so let's get things started with What to Watch with Dale.
Always a great segment on Fridays. Dale Pollack joins us live now. Good morning, Dale. Thank you for joining us on your holiday vacation with family.
Yes, good morning, Audrey. Good morning, Brian. Great to be with you.
Where are you, Dale? We hear you're a man from another land today.
I am in a very chilly Toronto, Canada, where it was, with the wind chill, 6 degrees yesterday.
Ooh.
No way. Oh,
he does reviews, he does the weather, he does it all, folks.
Well, we're glad you're cozy inside too. Certainly much colder up there than it is here right now. So tell us about this new movie streaming on Netflix called Maestro.
Yes, this has been long awaited. It's the biopic of Leonard Bernstein, the very famous composer and conductor. Many of us will remember him for writing all the music in West Side Story. He did so much more in his career. And yet this film got mired in controversy over the size of his prosthetic nose. Some people complained it was anti-Semitic. The makeup designer is world famous. He's legendary. And I just have to say that I don't think his nose is a problem at all in this film. In fact, the central real aspect of this movie is Bradley Cooper's performance in the title role. He's just amazing. And not only does he star in this movie, he also directed it. His first film directing since A Star is Born, and I can tell you, in my opinion, he's a major film director. This story is extremely well told. There's only one problem. Leonard Bernstein was publicly, not so publicly, gay. The movie opens with a scene of him getting out of bed with another man, and then it doesn't touch that idea for the rest of the 2 hours. So either, go for it or don't go for it. This film tries to kind of straddle the middle in terms of his sexuality, and that really casts a little bit of a pall of the performance by Carey Mulligan, who almost steals this film as Bernstein's wife, Felicia. So if you love classical music, if you love creative people, this is one of the best films I can recall of what it's like to really be creative and to have music just come out of your brain, which is what Leonard Bernstein does in this film. So Maestro, I think, is a great story of an artist. It's a very entertaining movie. It has great performances, and that's why I'm giving it 4 popcorns.
4 popcorns.
Terrific.
Okay, I was curious. I was kind of going back and forth between 3 or 4 with what you were going to do, Dale.
Yeah.
We are definitely planning on watching that this weekend, so great timing that you got to review it for us.
Yeah, I had not heard of this. This sounds terrific, Dale. Thank you for bringing that to us.
Well, anything with Bradley Cooper, I'm interested in.
Well, I mean, he's just gone from movies like Hangover to,
serious
just
roles.
Really serious roles, and really done well with all of them, in my opinion, Dale.
Absolutely right, Brian. This just continues his streak. He is a talented individual.
Okay. All right, let's move on from Maestro and take on our next film, Dream Scenario, in theaters.
This has got to be the wackiest film of the year. You don't know what to make of this. Nicolas Cage is a regular guy. He has a family. And all of a sudden, he is in everyone's dreams. And wherever he goes, people do kind of a double take and say, wait a minute, you were just in my dream last night. And he becomes a national celebrity due to his appearance in everyone's dreams. And then, of course, something happens, and all of a sudden he's not in people's dreams, he is in their nightmares. And he is causing their nightmares. And it's a great premise, and they do a lot with it. The problem is they don't know how to end the movie. I'm not going to do any spoilers. The major transition is nice dreams to nightmares. The question is, what is he going to do about it? And this is where the movie falters. It just can't end on the same high level that it begins. And, it's a very enjoyable watch. I can't imagine any other actor doing this as well as Nicolas Cage, who has kind of a reputation of being a terrifically bad actor. At the same time, he can sometimes be a terrifically good actor. And he's just been in so many films because he owed the government so much money. So this is one of his strangest. Really enjoyed the premise. It's a terrific movie for, let's say, 7/8 of the film. And the last eighth, you don't know what to do with.
Isn't that the worst?
They just end it.
It's like you have a great plot line, whatever, and you get to the threshold, you get to the end. I don't think as a movie consumer, there's more of a disappointing thing that you're all vested in this movie, and all of a sudden you're like, that's it? That's the
it?
end.
What? Wait, what? Yeah,
The
that's
worst.
where we find ourselves.
Well, all right, 7/8 was good. How does that translate into a popcorn rating?
3 popcorns.
Okay.
Not bad.
Not a good ending.
Okay, so we have another one here on Netflix as well. Tell us about Bank of Dave.
Well, I didn't know what to expect with this, and I was delighted by it. It is a very sweet, very heartful movie. It's basically about a gentleman played by Rory Kinnear who is successful in his small community in northern England, and he has been doing microloans to people to help them in their lives, help them out of difficult situations. He's gotten so popular that he decides to try to start his own bank. And in England, the banking regulations are onerous. They're very, very strict. And he hires a lawyer played by a terrific British actor named Joel Fry, who I was really not familiar with until this movie. But he really comes through as the lawyer who tries to make this bank happen. Rory Kinnear, who is a well-known British actor, plays Dave, the titular Dave, the person who wants the bank. I really loved this film. It was sweet, it was funny, it was moving. It doesn't linger too long. It moves along at a brisk pace. And this, to me, is one of the nice surprises of the holiday season. An unnoticed movie like Bank of Dave really delivers.
Okay.
Wow, okay. I'm going to guess your popcorn rating is 4.
4 popcorns.
Nice.
This film deserves it.
Really great options
Yeah, it
that
really
Dale
is.
approves of. So we appreciate that. Happy holidays to you and your family, Dale. Enjoy. And here are those titles, one more for everyone. Maestro, streaming on Netflix. Bank of Dave, also on Netflix. And Dream Scenario is in movie theaters. If you are ever looking for more reviews or you happen to miss previous weeks, just visit DaleMPollock.com. Or you can also check out the Movies in Review playlist. That's on the WXII 12 YouTube page.